Okay, it's a beautiful and bright sunny day, but my curtains are closed because of that glare. So, today I'm making beef stew. Today I'm making beef stew. I was watching somebody on a TV show. I can't remember what the show was, but they were eating beef stew. It wasn't a plot point. I just made me think of Dinty Moore. And I thought, man, I haven't had good, proper beef stew in ages. And I thought, I got a cooking channel. I could probably make it. I've never made beef stew before in my life. So, but I mean, that's what the channel is about. So today we're going to try to make beef stew. So here are the ingredients. We've got beef. I need to cube this up. We've got a carrot. I know that's only one carrot. I actually, yes, bought one carrot. Here's a potato. I actually have another potato, but I'm using that for another dish later on. And here's an onion. Now those things have to be cut up. The beef needs to be coated in flour. And then I will brown the beef, not completely cook it all the way through, just kind of sear it on all sides once it's cut up into cubes or cube-like shapes, and then I'll put that in flour and sear all that. And I've got some cornstarch in case I need to thicken it up. I may not. I don't remember why I bought that. I've got a beef bouillon cube to to add to the beefiness, I guess. And here we've got chopped tomatoes. Now, I don't remember having tomatoes in beef stew, but it just sounds like a good idea to me. Got some peas, and I've got some tomato paste. I think I told you before when I was making something else that you can't get tomato sauce here. I don't know, or at least I haven't been able to find it. And I've got Worcester sauce, Worcester, whatever. You know, it's the one no one knows how to say. Now, I'm not going to bore you with my cutting it up. I may bore you a little bit with the sautéing the vegetables and searing the beef. And then when I put it all together, I'm going to put it in a slow cooker, and it's going to take hours. Because slow cooker. I want it to take hours because you want the flavors to all congeal. So, and yeah, the cornstarch is just used as a thickener. Oh yeah, and I've got some oil just for the sautéing and the searing. Minor thing, just going to use a tiny bit of it to prevent sticking and, you know. So that's the plan for today. So first I'm going to cut this stuff up. Not going to bore you with that. I'll get back to this when I'm done and I'm ready to saute. Okay? Okay, the sun's starting to go down, but curtains are still closed. I tried opening them and there's still a bit of a glare, so we'll just keep it at this. Got the kitchen light on. So now I'm about ready to start sauteing. Now, here's what I'm going to do. I've got the onions that need to be sauteed. Here's the beef that I got cut up and put into flour. And I've decided not to saute those things. They will soften up in the stew. The onions would too, but I like the flavor of sauteed onions. I don't want to put raw onions in there. I don't care how it comes out. So I'm going to saute those things and then we'll start putting things together. So we got the fire and I'm putting oil. There's oil in the pan. And once that gets hot, I'm going to take the pan off of the fire to put the meat in because I do not need that fire jumping up into the pan. That always scares the bejesus out of me, and I don't want it to catch fire. I don't want it to burn my hair off. I don't want to cause a kitchen fire. And all sorts of not fun stuff. So now I'm sauteing the meat. Got the fire low, and I don't want to lose all of the flour into the oil. So there's not much oil. I don't need to brown all the meat because it's going to be in the slow cooker for a while. That's almost as done as it needs to be. Now, I still have this much beef to do, so I'm not going to make you watch all of that. But this is basically what we're doing, and we'll come back when we get into sauteing the onions. Okay, now we're ready to saute the onions. Now, I'm taking this off the fire just long enough to put the onions in. Again, I'm paranoid about flare-ups, so hang on just a second. You can hear them going in. And here we go. Now while that's going, I've got the slow cooker out. Now let's go ahead and put the meat in there right now. And I'm also putting in the rest of the flour. That's just going to thicken it up some. And you'll see why it needs to thicken up in a few seconds. We're going to put the onions in there when they're finished as well as everything else. All right, let's let these onions finish. Okay, these onions are coming along just fine. I'm going to let you watch the tail end of sauteing these. And this is the end of the scary fire sauteing part, because the rest of it's going to be in the slow cooker. I could have done the onions in the slow cooker too, but God, I hate raw onions. Even, slow cooked onions, I want to start them off fried. So these look and smell just about right. So, all right, back to the slow cooker. Okay. Putting these in. I'm going to push out. I'm going to stop there. That looks like plenty to me. Well, these look nice and brown. I'll put these in too. All right, let's stir this up a bit. Just going to add some garlic. Probably ought to just finish this up. I looked again today for more of this stuff. I couldn't find it. I've still got garlic powder. But yeah, that's the end of that. So that's as much garlic as we're getting. And now the tomatoes. Now I've seen beef stew without tomatoes, but I think I'm going to like them more with. I'm also going to add tomato sauce, but that means tomato paste plus water. So here's the tomatoes. Do I need the whole can? I'm not sure. I don't want it to overpower the beef. But there's lots of beef in there. Shit, I probably made way too much stew. I mean, it keeps. You can put it in the fridge and it'll keep for days, and you can stick it in the freezer and it'll keep for months. And practically keep forever, really. So this alone, with the onions, beef, and tomatoes, that'll probably make a pretty decent something. I'm not sure what. But now I'm going to add some tomato sauce / paste. because I like that sort of thing. I like tomato type things. So let's put some of this in here, but I'm gonna have to mix in some water because I don't want tomato paste. I want tomato sauce. And I don't know if you remember this, but that takes a lot of mixing. And that's a lot more water, hence the flour. Now the cornstarch, I'll add cornstarch as a thickener if I need to. I doubt I'm going to. Between the tomato paste and the flour that's already in here. Cornstarch is a good thickener for the end, because you don't want to get this kind of, I don't know. The flour absorbs the flavors around it. The cornstarch doesn't. So you just get this sort of weird texture if you cook with the corn flour. I'm finishing this too, which is okay because I got another one. Fortunately, pepper's easy to come by. Yeah, I made way too much here because I still have to add the carrots. Oh, let's turn this on. And turn it on to 3. That's maximum. And the potatoes. 1 carrots and potatoes in this, of course. Now let's get this all mixed up. Oh yeah, I forgot the peas. I have peas. I got canned peas. And they come in their own water. Ah, fuck it. Let's go ahead and put the peas water in there. I don't know why I got peas, just for the color, I guess. It doesn't really add much to the flavor. Not much. Could add a couple more carrots to that. Oh, you should cut the carrots into coins like this. Well, no, it doesn't matter. Hell, for all I care, you could use frozen vegetables. That's fine. I almost bought frozen peas, but the canned peas were cheaper. And again, it's not going to make that much difference, is it? Now, it doesn't look that good yet, but it's barely even started. There are a few more tomatoes in there, but I think I've got way enough. Possibly too much. In fact, that's already really thick. I'm going to add some more water. Now, let me look at the time. God damn it. It's already past 7 o'clock. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. Okay, on medium heat, this shouldn't be ready until about 3 in the morning, but I've got it on high heat. So I don't know if that's going to make a difference. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. When I get good and drunk and this has been in here for a few hours, we'll go check on it. But there's no point in doing anything with it now other than what I'm doing right now, and that's stirring it up. It's got all the onions, carrots, and potatoes I've cut up. I got tons more peas. And I got the peas for another recipe that I'm going to do. I came up with 2 recipes almost at the same time for the beef stew. The next one will be a surprise. I don't think it's nearly as exciting as this one. I'm like beside myself with the beef stew. I'm gonna be so bummed. Hang on a second. I'm gonna be so bummed if the beef stew doesn't come out. I just got high hopes for it. I'd love to have a decent beef stew. So I don't know, we'll see. Ah, I forgot to add something. So did you see me add the Worcester sauce? Just for show to make sure, I'll add a little bit more. I added tons before, so that's plenty. And let's check it out. Let's check out the smell. Doesn't have a very strong smell yet. We'll see how it goes. It's just started cooking. I have it on high heat. That's the maximum. 2, 1, off. So it's on high. So that's what we're doing today, and we'll see how it turns out. I'm gonna have a few drinks and watch a couple movies. I've got hours to go, but you've only got seconds, so see you when I'm good and tight. God damn it. Started cleaning up and I forgot that. Do I need it? I don't know, but I'm gonna add it. Trying to open it with one hand while I'm holding the camera. Okay. Now, let's crumble this. Can I crumble this with one hand? No. I just noticed the camera's off and I don't know how much I missed. I just crumbled the bouillon cube into the stew. And it did add some nice smell to it. So we'll see how that goes. I don't know how much of the bouillon cube you missed. But trust me, I crumbled it as powdery as I could. And now I'm stirring it up and now we're good. I hope, we'll see. But we're done for now. So now it's just waiting. So we'll be back. Okay, it's midnight now, and here, I'll show you what we got so far. Okay, it's still kind of watery. Smells really good. And just putting the fork into the stew and tasting it. It tastes pretty good, but it's still really watery. So that's for the oh, I showed you. The cornstarch comes in. I'm gonna add a little bit of cornstarch to thicken it up. And we'll see how that goes. We don't need it to add any flavor. We don't need to subtract from any flavor. We just need to stir it up, and hopefully it'll thicken up the stew and make it a little bit less watery. Okay, that's enough of that. It's good and hot. And this is gonna, I don't know. I don't have a class until 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. So I can go for another couple of hours. The potatoes are still kind of hard. Not super hard. They're softening up a bit. Not nearly as much as I had hoped in this amount of time. I don't know. This may become a failure? I don't know. It smells good. I'm going to taste one of these pieces of meat. One of the smaller pieces. Let's see. This one. That's hot. It's tender though. I don't know. I'm disappointed so far. This may actually be a failure, which would be a huge disappointment to me. It smells good, tastes good, but it's not what I want it to be. So far, a disappointment, but I'm not done yet. So we'll see how it goes. But, like I've said before, I'll post it either way. But, God, I really want this to work out, and it's just not looking good so far. We'll see. All right, it's about 2 o'clock in the morning, and I made way too much stew to begin with. And I'm not really happy with it. I'm not ready to give up on it, and I'm not really sure what to do about it. What I'm thinking about doing is turning this down to like 1 out of 3. 3 is high, 2 is medium, 1 is low, 0 is off. And so far it tastes all right. It tastes actually pretty good. But it's not what I want it to be. So it's hot, and the cornstarch is thickening it up, but here, I'll show you. It's not what I want it to be just yet. It's not thick enough. I'm not particularly happy with the cornstarch. I think I may be ready to call this a failure. Not quite though. There's too many ingredients. There's too much stew. So here's what I think I'm gonna do. I'm gonna turn it down to 1. I think I'm gonna turn it down to 1 and leave it on overnight. That sounds dangerous to me, but on the other hand, it is a slow cooker, and I think that's what slow cookers are designed for, maybe? I don't know. But nothing's happened with it over the last several hours, and I'm not going to be asleep for that long. Not as long as I've been waiting for this thing to fucking cook. So I don't know. I think I'll turn it down to 1. I'd probably be all right with 2 or even leaving it on 3. But I'm going to turn it down to 1 and let it just go overnight. And then I'll check it tomorrow morning, and we'll check it together. Again, this may be a failure. This may be my worst failure yet. Just not happy with it at all. Really wanted a good beef stew, and it's not working out. I'm not sure why. When I stick the fork in and just come up with just some of the sauce, tastes pretty good. Except, I shouldn't have added that much cornmeal, because I could feel that in my mouth. The cornmeal doesn't add a flavor, but it adds this mouthfeel that it kind of feels chalky. So that was a bad call. I don't know what else I had done wrong. I don't know. All right, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn it down to 1 and just go to bed. And we'll look at it tomorrow morning. And hopefully it doesn't suddenly freak out and start a fire and burn the place down and kill me. I don't think anything of the sort is going to happen. But yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And we'll have a look at it. And I'll try a bowl of the stuff. Small bowl, because so far I'm unimpressed. I think I may have a failure. I think I may have my worst failure yet. I'm not giving up yet, but yeah, I think that may be the case. We'll see tomorrow morning. All right. Well, guys, it's afternoon. It's not morning anymore. I checked on the stew this morning, and yeah, I didn't have time to film anything because I had to get to work, but this is my first abject failure. I turned off the crock pot hours ago because I had to work, and I've just heated some more back up in a pan, and this is basically what it looks like. It's not very stew-like, is it? Smells okay. I'm going to taste some of it with a cracker. I bought these crackers especially to enjoy with the stew, and it didn't come out. I'm really disappointed. But here we go. Let's give it a taste. I'm going to get some beef on there. Well, it's not delicious. It's not absolutely horrible, but it doesn't look or taste or feel in my mouth like stew. Do not follow my recipe. That didn't work, but you know, like I said, succeed or fail. Here it is. So, yeah. I'll be back next week with something else. Hopefully, something successful. So disappointing. I really wanted to have some stew, but all right. Well, you know, YouTube stuff, and all right. Well, we'll give it another go next week. Not stew though, something different. All right. Ta.